Colombia's president is ordering financial relief for victims of Monday's earthquake. He announced that people who lost their homes will be given financial support to rent temporary housing. They will also get help to repair and rebuild. Edward De Burgh is Senior Officer for Global Security at Project Hope, and he does join us now from Colombia. It is good to speak to you as you're on the ground. Just let us know what you're coping with there and what you believe the needs are. And is it still the priority here in the next 24 hours to try and rescue as many people as possible?
Yeah, thanks for that. Can you hear me? I'm not sure.
Absolutely, we can hear you. Go ahead, Edward.
Wonderful. We arrived on the ground this morning. We did have one of our staff members who lives in Cali. We arrived to Cali, who went through the whole experience. And immediately after that started what we call the rapid needs assessment, where she went out and looked at the state of the clinics and the hospitals, which is our main focus in emergencies such as this. Obviously, what your reporter is suggesting in Pereira or showing in Pereira, is spread over a huge geographical distance, and within Cali, which is a larger city, in different neighborhoods within the city. For ourselves at the moment, we need to do this needs assessment to look at where we focus our efforts. And at the moment, we'll be looking at the primary healthcare clinics, which, if you can imagine, the hospitals and the clinics being buildings as well, get damaged. Whether they get damaged completely or even partially, it makes them inoperable. And so what happens over these next few days is that as people need assistance, the hospitals can't get swamped, and then the clinics aren't able to assist. In terms of where we are at the moment, to your point about which phase we're in, we're definitely still in the rescue phase at the moment, as your reporter was explaining and showing. This happens at a very local level with the solidarity of the people, and also, organizations and institutions, government institutions doing rescue. And in these next 3 days, which are critical, this is where most of the rescue attempts will be focused at the moment. And then we start moving into the recovery phase.
From what you've seen, and I know you have some experience in this, the government is rushing resources, civilians are on the ground there. Do you believe they have enough at hand right now to deal with those who are injured and obviously anyone that can be rescued in the next 24 hours?
I can't speak to the, again, I go back to this point geographically, this is very different from Venezuela, where we were, obviously, and still are, immediately after the event, where it was very localized, although extremely intense damage in very localized areas. This is spread out. So where your reporter is about 200 kilometers north of where we are in Cali. And that's not including now on the other side of the mountain range towards the Pacific Ocean, where the epicenter was. Again, which is another sort of 60, 100 kilometers, depending on which point you want to get to. So obviously the Colombian government has responded very quickly. Organizations are coming in. But at the moment, as in all these cases, you get a huge community effort to, obviously, because they're there, to help drag people out. And that's where we are at the moment. They'll be then backfilled by the organizations and the governments as they start getting into positions.
Yeah, in the video that we're watching, they're working at a frenetic pace there. Obviously, people had been hearing people under the rubble, and they understand exactly what they're up against and trying to make sure they get the survivors out. You mentioned Venezuela. I am wondering what you observe there in terms of the enormity of the challenge in front of Colombia now. And I know completely two different locations, earthquake circumstances. But in Colombia, they warn us they haven't even really been able to reach the remote areas that were close to the epicenter.
Yeah, as I said, this is on the other side of, so the Andes splits into three in Colombia. And the most western range is very remote. As your reporter was saying, even to get from Bogota to Pereira was winding through the mountain roads. So to get even further over the mountain roads to what is already a very remote area, and a lot of landslides as well are blocking some of the roads. That's a challenge. And we will, I mean, we're in Cali today. We're going to head up to where your reporter is tomorrow, and then we'll be obviously considering going across to Chocó, which is the area of the epicenter across the mountains towards the Pacific. Which is a challenge just because of the distances in comparison to Venezuela, which was very localized and intensely catastrophic, but very
Good. Edward, you've given us, again, a real look at the challenge ahead for so many. Good to speak to you on the ground there, and good luck with all,
Thank you.
everything that you're trying to do in the next few days. Appreciate it.